back to the Lunar Galas Podcast. It's been a while.
It has been a long time. We were really busy. Holiday season and our ball. Super busy.
Yeah, and we're just trying to recover. Oh, this is amazing. Tell them what we're drinking.
Okay, so...
This is so good.
Okay, so there's this trend going about Chinese medicine, and we are drinking an apple tea where it's got boiled apples in water, ginger, cinnamon, goji berries, and jujubee dates, and a little bit of honey.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it's really yummy.
Yeah. We wanted to talk about the process of being event planners and what all goes into putting together a fantasy ball. And our big event just happened, our winter court, an Unseelie Fae Ball.
It's been just a little bit over a month now.
Yeah. I remember back when we had the idea of doing this ball, we were really hesitant at first, and it was just a dream and just an idea, and we weren't sure if we were going to go through with it. And this was back in, what month was it?
It was the end of May, I think. Beginning of June. It was when we went to Vegas.
That's
and we
right.
first started talking about it.
That's right. I remembered 7 months of planning this event that had about 200 people. Insert footage here. And we learned a lot. It was a huge success. A lot goes into a fantasy ball or any large event.
I guess our first thing is to come up with what theme inspires us.
That's true. We wanted to do a fairy ball, a fae ball, because we've seen a lot of them around the country, but we wanted to do it a different way. And we didn't want to base it on specific romantasy novels, even though we love them, but we wanted to take it more in basing on the actual lore of the Fae and taking it back to the roots. Yeah. And that's like what Lunar Galas really is all about, is about fantasy and magic, but also about folklore and myth. And so we wanted to weave both of those together. Yeah, so at the beginning, we just had meetings on, what's the theme? How do we make this dark? A lot of times, especially in Western culture, when you think of fairies, you think of light and whimsical.
She was a fairy.
Just this little magical, Tinkerbell creature. Pixies. And there is much more depth to the Fae than that, and it shows up in the concept of the Fae shows up in different cultures, and we went more into the Celtic culture of the Unseelie Fae, and then there's also the ciinnamon Fae, which are the summer, but we wanted to do the winter Fae obviously because it's a winter ball. Yeah, and we really wanted to take it in a different direction than most fantasy balls have gone in, which is more of the lighter, whimsical. We wanted to really go with that darker direction. Yeah, animalistic. Yeah. Tying in nature a lot more with the antlers and the fur and the bones. We actually went to a Gothic market and an oddities expo and bought real animal bones. And did you hear about the guy? We can edit this part out. Did you hear about the guy that was arrested, I think, in Pennsylvania? Bones. The bone guy! He was supposedly selling ethical human bones. Oh my god. I saw the headline and I didn't finish reading the story, but was he like a grave digger? Yeah, he would go to the old cemeteries and excavate the bones, and he had over 100 different bodies. So we didn't go that dark. I guess before you can plan out the night, you need the venue. Yeah. So we went to a handful of venues, or did we only end up going to one? We only went to one because it was perfect. It was perfect. As soon as we walked in, I think we both just gasped and looked at each other and we were like, this is it. This is the one. Yeah, it was beautiful. And our last big event was a big open space. It was a nice building, but there wasn't a lot of decor. And then this place, we did it at Stonegate here in Pleasant Grove, Utah. It has a lot of, like, twinkle lights and drapery, and it just looked very beautiful and already decorated. So we're like, okay, we don't have to do a lot of decorating because there's not a lot of time usually. And yeah, we fell in love instantly. Usually we shop around a little more than that, but
yeah, this time it was just meant to be. It seemed like with this ball that everything fell into place very easily. So it really felt,
the stars aligned.
Yeah, the stars aligned for us on it.
Yeah, and we made a lot of connections this year, more than we've had in the past. It was a big growing year for Lunar Galas. Yeah. We went to a lot of events throughout the summer, spring and summer maybe.
Yeah.
And met a lot of other people. We met a lot of cosplayers. Learned a lot more about other similar communities here in Utah. And it was, I think it was wise and good for us to meet other people, even though we're introverts. And
once we had the venue, then we could look more into, like, catering and bartenders and entertainment that we wanted to have, as well as a DJ. And it was just, there was a lot of moving pieces with an event like that.
Yeah. Making sure that people are feeling, no matter if they're general admission or VIP, but that they're feeling like what they're going to is truly special and unique and like nothing they've ever been to before, like no other event. Especially here in Utah, there's not a lot of other event companies doing what we do. In fact, I don't know of any there's none doing exactly what we're doing. Yeah, we wanted to make sure every guest felt important and seen and just taken out of their regular life and have a blast. So,
yeah, the escapism is big. I'm just a night to kind of detach from reality.
Yeah. And just put aside all the stresses and worries of day-to-day life and step into another world, another realm. One really cool thing we did, so we wanted to have a queen and king over the court, over the Unseelie court, and we built these thrones. And Kate, you can tell the story of how you got all the sticks.
There was a windstorm. I saw this tree that had just fallen from the windstorm, and it was there for a few days, and I was like, we really need sticks. I really don't want to go and forage these sticks off the side of the road by my kids' school, but there was nowhere else.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
The tree was for us.
Off the side of the road, and it just sat there for like 2 weeks. So finally I dropped my kids off one day and grabbed my shears, my big like gardening shears, and chopped away at the tree, loaded up the van, and brought it home. The teachers were probably like, your mom's real weird.
Your mom is crazy.
Your mom is weird.
Sometimes she shows up in full goth makeup.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes she chops at a tree across the street.
But we use those branches to make these amazing nature-inspired thrones for our queen and king. And we got some coyote skulls from the Gothic market.
Yeah.
And we went and got some other, like, shrubbery.
Yeah,
moss and stuff. And built these amazing thrones that will be right here.
They're beautiful.
Okay, really tired. Those seeds I don't eat, right?
You can.
You can?
Yeah, you can eat the goji berries and you can eat the jujubee. We really wanted things to feel real and not plastic. So we went on Facebook Marketplace and found like actual cast iron cauldron type things, so that there was some realism to all of our props or all of our supplies. We didn't want everything to be like just a sheet of paper or Amazon.
Oh my God, where did you even get a stink bomb?
Amazon, baby, that's
You are looking at a prime customer, everybody. 2 days free shipping for this guy.
We wanted it to be real. Like the cauldron that we had for our giveaway, that was a cauldron it's a cast iron. Like we really wanted things to be so real so that authentic. It felt authentic. So that when people came to the ball, it felt like they were escaping from reality and it was not just a pretend bunch of balloons hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, not like a high school prom.
Yeah.
So this time we planned a lot more performances. We had an amazing harpist. We hired some cosplayers who made their attire out of like real leather and bones and furs and really talented craftsmanship. And they also performed a dance and taught a dance. And we wanted things throughout the night that were very immersive, and even our aerialists, like something visually that's beautiful happening.
That's the ambiance.
Yes. After we hired, we reached out, we planned out the night, we're building our thrones, and we're doing photo shoots, and there was another huge step in the process that's really difficult in Utah, which is we wanted to have a bartender at this event, which you don't find at pretty much any other event in Utah, unless it's like a concert, and it's at the concert venue, but...
Yeah. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. It took 6 months. Constant work, almost, to get a single permit for just one day. Countless forms and insurances and...
One eternity later.
We went to a city council meeting so that we could get approval from the city before we could get approval from the state. Just lots of fees and...
So many different hoops to go through.
It's purposefully difficult.
Yes, because there are very strict alcohol laws here in Utah. So day of...
We rented a U-Haul.
Oh yeah, we rented a U-Haul because
we had so much to bring, especially the thrones.
Well, look at that. Winter Court and Unseelie Fae Ball is all packed up. We wanted to plan a very unique experience for the VIPs. We learned some things from that. So basically, in a nutshell, the VIPs could get there early, and then they went on this path of the Unseelie experience, where there's these different stations. Kate and I actually went scavenging. Insert footage here. Oh, there's a perfect one. I lost it. Dang it. We collected pine cones, acorns. We found acorns in the mountains, because we live right next to the mountains. Acorns, sticks, river stones, and we bought feathers.
Yeah, we did get pine cones on our little scavenger hunt, but we bought feathers because it's illegal to just gather feathers.
And probably gross.
Yeah, so we bought the feathers.
So, in their VIP bags, which we hand embroidered every single VIP bag, pee bag. Sounds gross. We embroidered every single velvet bag with our logo, which I have two
Here,
layers.
I have.
There it is.
Right there.
And inside the bag, we put these tokens that you would offer the Fae. So what we scavenged was in there, and then they can go on path of the Unseelie, and at each station they would give in order to take, and each of the stations was based off the 5 senses. So I handmade 60 or 70 candles. I don't know.
They're so good.
So many.
All of them are so good.
Oh, thank you. Oh, and we had these 3 Fae types, if you want to tell about them.
We had the 3 types of Fae. We had the pixie, which was more of the light, whimsical. We did goblins, which are a little bit on the more mischievous, dark side, and then the sluishi, which are the most chaotic and malicious of the types of Fae.
Yeah. And so those were tied in throughout the event, but mostly for the VIP experience, so that you could, based on your decisions you made, be placed into one of the types of Fae.
Not Slytherin. Not Slytherin.
And their symbols for pixie, goblin, slushie. It's gonna look cool. This was a cool way to make it personal for them, and they get to cultivate their own swag bag.
And the way we designed the activity was so that each item really did corresponded with the pixie type or with the slushie or goblin, so that it was like a personality kind of test or placement.
Yeah. And we worked with Taste in Provo to make custom chocolate for each type. So we had a dark chocolate. Yeah. Like custom made chocolate for you. And it was dark chocolate with a...
It was whiskey and smoked sea salt.
Smoked sea salt, that's right, for the slushie. And then goblin was a milk chocolate with a brown butter hazelnut base.
With mushroom.
Mushroom and toffee. We wanted to try tie in the earthiness for the goblin with the mushroom. And then the pixie was a white chocolate.
With rose and raspberry.
Yeah. So that was at the taste table. Obviously, candle was scent. Then we had touch, sound, and whatever the other one is.
I can't even think. I don't know. What was it?
Sight.
So for touch, I made wood-burned bookmarks and velvet bookmarks, and then we had some metal feather bookmarks. We also had for sight, we had different crystals that have... I was like, I don't even remember. We had crystals like a hagstone, tourmaline, and amethyst that have different properties to do with like protection or sight, inner sight, third eye type stuff. What was the last one?
Baubles.
The baubles. The baubles.
That was the hardest
one to figure out because the sound, we were like, we don't want to just do bells, which is very associated with fairies. And so that's one of them, but we didn't, it was difficult to figure out how best to do that.
And you figured it out. I was like, I don't fucking know.
It was fun though, because so we did the bells for the pixies, and we did like little tiny seashells for the goblins, and we did teeth for the slushie.
Human teeth.
Human denture teeth.
Yeah.
We didn't contact the guy in Pennsylvania.
They also got a pin with the symbol on it at the end that they could wear as like maybe a conversation piece later on with someone at night. Like, what does that mean?
And a card that had attributes of the Fae.
Yeah. Having a separate area for the VIP experience is going to be very useful for our next event. We're trying to take constructive criticism and listen to our guests and learn from experiences and make future experiences for everyone better.
Yeah, we want to continue to improve. We don't want it to stay the same or continue to run into the same problems, especially when we don't know what the problems are. So we do want the feedback and constructive criticism, even though
in a kind way
it might hurt our feelings.
The biggest thing for me, I think for you also, of what we learned is event space capacity. So even though we were told the room was 200 capacity, we didn't even hit that number, and it was packed.
Yeah, we got, I think, to 185, 190.
Yeah.
And it was just, it was
very stressful.
Yes, that was very stressful. Very stressful.
Yeah, you were like trying to get chairs out of this closet that was blocked. A tiny little spoon.
We bought this silverware set at IKEA, and when I got home and opened the spoons, I was like, oh, what are these spoons for ants?
What is this?
Things for dolls.
It's so stupid. I hate them so much.
One eternity later.
even then, I don't think it would have fit 200 people.
No.
And so I was helping at the front desk while you were inside helping. And I was, like, even before the event, I was like, I'm trying to imagine 200 people, or I'm trying to imagine them in there. They told us 200, so I just trusted it.
Yeah.
But we learned a lot, and we want to make sure everyone has enough space.
And everyone has a chair all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I counted the chairs. Hey, there's not enough chairs. There's not enough chairs for us. That's the whole point, Brian. There's never enough in life. You'll always be miserable.
Overall, it was a huge success, and I'm very grateful. And there was a few moments that surprised us. Like, at the end, we're not used to being the center of attention or on a microphone talking in front of people, so I was pretty nervous about that beforehand. But once I was up there and seeing everyone looking at us and smiling and cheering for us, I was like overwhelmed with emotion.
Yeah. It was surprising, and it really made me feel so grateful and thankful and happy. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, people, they liked it. It was fun. Yeah, that was like our whole. That was like the whole point. We wanted people to have fun.
Yes.
You're not having fun, are you?
No.
Then you can't be in my club. You have to have fun to be in this club. It's the fun club.
Oh, you have to see the back of it.
Oh yeah,
it's so cool.
Maybe is this the one Carlin got you?
Yeah, maybe. And then this is his sigil,
nice long sleeve.
Like that's on his coffin, and like his symbol on like everything. This is the back.
Oh yeah, it's the big
the scene.
The scene.
I don't know if you can see.
Yes, I can, and it's
See that?
Anyway, the ball was fun, and it was a success. And we were so grateful.
We are grateful, and it gives us more motivation and passion going into the next event. We're so grateful to have sold out or almost sold out, and that tells us there is a need for that in the community. And that's one other thing I wanted to touch on. One of the biggest drives and passion behind creating these events and experiences is I've been listening to different podcasts on AI, and AI replacing a lot of human jobs, and that's very concerning, and I have a lot of issues with AI if in the wrong hands, which it is, and it's going to be used for nefarious reasons as well as good reasons mixed in, but it's
for the most part not great.
And one thing that can't be replaced is creating human experiences for people, created by people for people. The human energy and bringing people together, creating something that hasn't existed before and bringing people together and finding community. That's really what humans need, is that connection. Yeah. Like, humans need it, or else they wither away like a plant that hasn't been watered.
And I feel like our events really bring that human connection, and we do our very best to foster community and connection and steer away from the fakeness.
Anything fake or not authentic. Because I think for both of us, one of our core values, because everyone has different ones that are more important to them, but is authenticity and honesty and being real. And I know that might sound like a contradiction with fantasy and like lore and stuff, but I don't think the way we're doing it is. I think both can exist, and you can actually learn a lot from exploring these
And I feel like with fantasy novels and science fiction novels and that kind of the fiction of it all, creating these worlds, these authors or these storytellers can touch on real life problems and real life issues in the world in a way that helps people look at it from a different angle and explore different points of view.
Yeah. Welcome. Thanks. She made these socks with Iceland rivers on them. It's incredible. Then we have our book club. So we are reading Wuthering Heights right now by Emily Bronte. Is that how you say it? Yep. Okay. And the movie's coming out in
like around Valentine's
month. Day. Yeah, and it's definitely a spicy take on the novel, but we're gonna go see it. And so
we're gonna do our movie club, and we're gonna watch the 1992 version of Wuthering Heights with Ray Fiennes, and I can't remember who plays Kathy. I forgot her name. But yeah, we're gonna watch that for our next movie club in March.
Yeah.
Sometime, I don't remember the date.
The date will be right here.
Yeah.
And then the Nymphs gathering
will be our next gathering, our next small event for women. And we're really excited for it. It's going to be about rediscovering your wildness and becoming untamed. And
yeah, it's going to be awesome. And then we're going, actually before that, we're going on a research trip about vampires for our big event on October 23rd at a castle here in Utah. So
yes, it's beautiful. It's perfect. I can't wait.
It's so perfect. So that's all.
Stay tuned for more info and more events, because we are always coming up with something fun to do.
And follow us on all the social media platforms listed.